Hey, so this is King Roads, Tennessee. This is my submission for SGDQ. We're doing Sonic 3D Blast. This is going to be a bad ending run. So we're jumping right into it here. So the first level we've got is the Green Grove Zone. So each area in this game has about 5 flickies. So you got to collect these little birds from the robots that's on from Dr. Robotnik. He's taking over Flicky Island. So once you collect all 5 flickies here, you're going to go ahead and take them to the ring. Each area, so each little act has like 2 to 3 zones normally. So that was the zone 1, so we're already in the zone 2 here for green 1. As you can tell, some of the flickies have different colors as well. Uh, the colors mean that they do different things. In this area, your blue and purples don't really make a difference. Um, the green ones that we're going to see later on can be tricky, and so are red ones. The blues and purples pretty much just kind of stay in the general area that you're at. They don't give you much problems if they get off of you here. But we collected our first power up. We also got a speed shoes, and we're already doing green 1. So that was a good little first area there. So now we're going to move on to green 2. So each area has 2 acts, and then the third act is going to be a boss fight. So again, we're sticking with the same concept here. So those spike guys can be a little problem. We get hit with their balls there. We have these little wasp guys. They actually track to you, so they'll kind of come to you when they get in their area, so they're a little bit easier to kill. So we took damage there. So as you can see, when you take damage, the flickies kind of separate, so you got to recollect them. So that's always going to be a time loss. Early on, when you take damage, again, it's not too bad because the flickies of those colors stay in the general area, but certain ones will wander off on their own. And there can be some issues. And then we're going to see here momentarily, we're going to see the introduction of the red flicky, where it just jumps back and forth. So each enemy has the specific colors. So those enemies will always drop those same colors from where you're at in each zone, so you can have a better idea of what you're going to do. So that giant little worm, spike worm, is always going to drop the red ones, and we're going to see them a couple more times. But we're done with zone 2 as well. So now we're jumping in the final area of green 2. So we got to get this worm here. So if you're on the right cycle, you can get it a little bit faster. So I was a little slow there to get it. So let's see if we can get the guy there. Yep, got him early. We got the last purple one right here, and then we're done with green 2. So we'll get an introduction level for sure to the game. So now we're off to the first boss fight. All right, so the first boss fight, all he is going to do is drop this giant like spike ball down. And our goal, sorry, here is to get him to drop it back in his circle. So we want to get him without moving, so I made him move a little bit there. So you can get 2 hits per each time, and we want him to move as little as possible. So I made him move there a little bit again. So let's see if the third one I can get him from not moving at all. And I made him move again, so that wasn't a very good boss fight. So you can get a 24 IGT in this fight, and I think this was a 27, yeah. So that was 2 seconds, way too slow for that. But you can get him without moving around. So now we go into Rusty 1. Rusty 1 has my favorite music in the game. As you can tell, there's no sound because I'm just commenting over the run. But the music to this level is definitely by far my favorite in the game here. So we're introduced now with these fire spitters here. So it's we see them in Volcano Valley. So it's the second time. We only see him 2 times in the run here. So we're done with area 1. So now we're going to go up top. So we're also introduced to these spin platforms. This is the only time that we'll see these in the game. So they're required to take those pillars down. That's the only way that we can bust them down here. And it's heavily used in Rusty 1 more than Rusty 2. We'll see it once or twice, but this is the hardest part with the spin platform. And it's not that hard when it comes down to it when you know your movement there. If you get a little too crazy, you can get either hit by fire or you can get hit by one of the spike balls. You got to reset all the way back up at the top. So that can be a big time loss there. But once you get the movement down, it's not too bad. So now we're on the last little area here. Make some clean jumps, jumping around, jump over the spike balls here. Hit the B. Now the blue flicky will always hug the wall there when you go down, so you can run against the wall, get it, jump, dunk it in the ring, call it for Rusty 1. 117 is not bad at all for that level there. So now we're going into Rusty 2. Rusty 2 can have some tricky parts here. My favorite part is trying to get the dunk at the end of this area here. So we get another bee kill, one around here. The third bee jumps straight down on the crocodile from this ledge. And then I want to try to dunk it from there. Just missed the ring to go into there. Alright, so now in the area 2, we can jump onto the spring, and it launches right at these platforms, so we're only taking one of the 3 platforms instead of having to jump in each one. Now, we don't want to take damage here because you got to retouch your spin area, but this short spin cycle zone, so it's not that hard compared to the other one that we had. Dodge the fire there, get this bee again, come over to the crocodile, run all the way down here. Let's get the speed shoes and this bee to help speed this process up here. Now our next little area, we're going to jump over this pit. I call it the pit of misery because I have jumped down there before, and it can be an issue getting out. But we cleared it all the way across, got the B, and now we're on area 3 here. So now from area 3, we just got a couple more guys. Now, here's 2 guys that are literally right on top of each other. I don't know what you get when you cross a bee and alligator. They wanted to test it, but they put 2 there. That's the only spot in this entire game that there's 2 enemies literally on top of each other. I guess they just ran out of area to put an extra one here. We have to spin cycle right there. Again, it's just to shorten down the stairs and then the ring for the last area for Rusty 2. So now we go on the boss. So this is one of the few bosses that has a legitimate speed trick to it. So we're going to run and try to push ourselves up on top of his hand here. Get our angle, very good. So then we can jump and hit him his necessary times. 3, there's 4, 5, 5 times. I can't count apparently. So what happens is after the 3rd hit, you can run into him. All right. So instead of having to jump, you can run it off. However, that 5th hit, there's a lot of times if you don't do it quite fast enough, his paw moves just a little bit, and you'll run right into his body and kill yourself. So I always like to jump on that 5th hit to get my 11 there. So I believe a 10 is possible for IGT, but it is what it is. So now we go to Spring Stadium. So this is a lot of speedrunners' least favorite level in this game, to be honest. I kind of like Spring Stadium just because for Spring 1, you have this power-up the entire time. This is the homing power-up, so we saw it a little bit in Green 1, but you only use it to really kill 2 guys. We see more of it used here. I had to slow the home and get, but so we're on to the next area already here. So we get to use these springs, jump up and around. You got to watch out for those spikes too, those little red platforms. The spikes shoot through the air. If you stand it too long, you will lose that power up. So we'll home onto the little tarantula guy, jump far enough off so you get right over the crab guy, and you can home him right away as well. So I hit it twice a little early there, which locked on the ground for me, which caused me to take damage there. But we were able to get a fast blowfish, pufferfish, whatever you want to call it, and crab. So really losing that power up didn't cost me much there. I like having the power up because it makes getting that little pufferfish a little easier to get, but he's still not that impossible to get without it. So that was Spring 1. It's a short, quick level for what it is. So now we're going to Spring 2. It's a little bit longer. There's 3 zones to this here. So you got to be careful because right there, if you jump off fast enough, without getting the ring, you can actually hit that pufferfish, and you're not going to be able to hit him because he blows up before you can actually get there. So nice dodge between those 2 bumpers with the mosquito. The mosquito is very sporadic. I guess you'd call him RNG because he just moves around in a kind of unpredictable pattern, but you can only get him in between there. But if you take damage there, it gets very hard to collect the flickies back because they'll want to hover over the bumpers. So now we're going to area 2. So we're going to spin roll the crab there. We're going to jump on the spring, go way across, make another jump right onto the tarantula. So we're going to try to jump off the balloon, get up there, hit the mosquito, jump straight up there right onto the spin platform. Very nice. So we're in this is also one of the only areas in the game that has an area divided in 2 sections like that, where you take a spin platform, your little where it speed rolls you and sends you to the next area for 2 more flickies. So essentially, if you were to miss one, you'd have to go back through that zone again. But we're on area 3 now. Get the mosquito, get this pufferfish up here. Now we're going to run behind this because we can hit 2 of the 3 balloons to get up there a little bit faster. The crab is kind of like the wasp from Green Grove. It kind of locks onto you. But here's the hardest flicky to get in this level in general. So around those are the javelin platforms. So the javelins will come through the ground, and if you get too close to them, you'll get hit, and it becomes a giant mess if you get through there. But we were able to get through there safely for 139. Not too bad of a time there either. So this is the other boss that essentially has a speed strat to it. So you can stand behind this platform, and you're going to run up, as you're going to see me here doing 1 second, and I'm going to get 2 quick hits on him here. And then what I'm going to try to do is get far enough back to get 2 more hits right here instead of having to wait for them to come up down. Now, you can get all 8 hits there, actually. I have gotten 6 there before, but it can be kind of a little difficult for me to get 6. Without taking damage there, it would have been a little bit faster, but that was a very good spring boss. Now, he is known for the run killers. If you lose time there, or you can even take a death, that's the highest chance for a death in this level here. So now we go to Diamond Dust. To me, Diamond Dust is one of the easier zones that there is all around outside of Green Grove, to be honest. Now, there's some tricky parts with the snowmen coming up right here. Now, the snowmen can kill you if you decide to spin roll. Now, early on when I played this game, I like to spin roll on a characters over jumping because I found that more consistent for me. Because I would miss a jump or two. If you jump short, you can get hit by a guy. But if you spin roll those snowmen, as you can see in that first one, he dropped an ice block. If he drops the ice block, he can actually crush you, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And to me, it's only been a few certain snowmans that have crushed me. That one, I've never even spin rolled him because you're on ice before, so it's easier to jump on that corner. But now we're in the second area. We've got a bunch of penguins. We've got like bunnies on pogo sticks. So this area is 3 penguins followed by 2 pogo sticks. So this area is very, very easy. So you jump high up onto this little snow river, whatever you want to call it. And then jump up there and get 2 pogo stick bunnies, and you're done with area 2 here. So now we go in the final area of Diamond 1. So it has a part that I like to do. It feels a little swagged out, but you just jump off one of the snowmen there, and you're able to hit the penguin and jump straight down on the platform because you're spin rolling hard in the air, so that's a good guy there. Now, this next snowman, I have died before through spin rolling, but I find it always easier because you can line them up, run right across, and it makes a quick kill instead of having to hit them twice. When you spin roll a snowman and you're successful, it kills them instantly, and you're able to get the flicker right away instead of having to jump twice, essentially. So that was a good Diamond 1 there. So now we move on to Diamond 2. Diamond 2 is also 3 zones. You'll see me grab the homing power up again just to be safe. I like to grab it in the second area because it helps it a little bit on grab a 1 or 2 of this. Grabs the snowman at the bottom, basically, is what it helps me for. And it's not that big of a time loss. So jump that snowman. If I can actually get the ice block, power up just to be safe because it's right in front of us. And already done with area 1. So now we're moving down to area 2. So we're going to come down this ice slope, and there's going to be a snowman waiting for us at the bottom. So we're going to try to go left to not take damage from him. Very good. Then I take damage from the bunny. Go figure. We're spin roll to get the homing that's kind of hidden off to the side. We jump down, get the bunny, and I want to jump up and over and get the snowman here. Makes it a little bit faster without having the power up. So now we're in the final phase here of Diamond 2. This is really easy. It's very simple with the power up here. Not any hard enemies to get. So we're going to jump down here, and we've got 2 penguins waiting for us over this side. And then we have to cross this snow river again. Now, if you double take your jump, you can actually lose some momentum. You're not going to die there, but it makes it a little difficult to get yourself back with the home and power up. Grab the bunny on the edge, hopefully the flick doesn't fall over, and we're getting the penguin to the end of the level. So another little time save there as well. So we're looking pretty good here. So now we're at this boss. This boss, you can't really speed up. I think you can get a 49 to 50, which is normal times for this level here. So you gotta wait for him to come down. You hit him one time right there, and then he goes up, drops the snowman. I like to stand next to the snowman to blow him up. He jumps down, and you do it again, and rinse and repeat. So that's all you're doing here. You can't make him speed up any faster. You can hit him essentially tenths of a second faster when you hit him on his way down and make him go a little bit quicker. To go up a little bit quicker, but you can't make him come down faster. So I stand right there because he just bounced off the wall. He'll never stay right on top of you right there. So he'll just kind of go around there, then you can get a hit from the side there. This is also one of the newer strats I was trying right there, because if you jump too early just like that, you can take damage. And what can happen is if you try to go too quick, for some reason your invincibility frames don't hit him right away, so I'm already losing time on that fight, which should never really happen, but I took damage twice. So I got a 54, which is not very good for that level. Uh, Normally we're shooting for a 50 there, but I jumped just a hair too soon, just trying to get that extra time save, which actually caused me to lose a few seconds. But we're in a volcano zone now. I actually like Volcano Valley. It's one of my favorite areas in the game as well. When it's done right, it feels really, really good. The first area was done very good so far, so we're able to jump off that one flicky and hit the invincibility power up. Then we're able to run through this whole first section. So the first section doesn't even really matter. We got invincibility. Now, if we get there fast enough, you're able to run over this guy right here with invincibility. So I just missed getting there fast enough. This next part can be one of the trigger parts in the area, because I have actually gotten hit by that flamethrower, pushed into the block, and have clipped under that block. Which you would think, well, that's a good idea. We clipped under there, save some time. But when you take damage, you lose flickies, and they don't come with you. So I have lost runs to that little spot right there. But that's all 5 for the second area already, and we're on to the third area of this. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to slightly roll back, so the fireballs, and I kind of want to call them Podoboos because, from Mario, but the little fireballs won't spawn if you don't show them up on the screen. If you jump too far off that one ledge, then you'll get seen there. I also took damage from the flamethrower, but all of the 5 flickies are right in this spot right here. We're going to try to spin roll this guy if he's nice to us, right through him, very good. And we're going to jump on the last guy right next to the ring, and we're going to end Volcano 1. So we're bringing it back just a little bit here. So now we're going over to Volcano 2. All right. So Volcano 2, it all depends realistically on this first part right here. So we're going to grab 2 flickies, and right after the second flicky, we're going to grab this power up right there. Now, if you grab that power up too fast, or if you run straight through, those fireballs will actually damage you in your fire power up. Now, it's important to have the fire power up because, you're immune to fire. Well, if you take damage there, for some reason they're bugged. It can make the second area here kind of tricky, and I'll show you what I mean. So that's already Volcano 1, Area 1 right here. It's done. So now we're going through here. There's no flickies in the first part. We wouldn't take damage there anyways. We're running through. You jump. So we're going to spin roll through that guy. So if we don't have the power up, it makes it a little more difficult. We're going to use a spring, if I can actually get up there. Grab our speed shoes. Grab this next guy and jump right over here to Mosquito. We got one more little dragon looking dude. And this will be the hard part would come into. So we got 3 flamethrowers. We got that guy. We have to jump over the lava that has fireballs, and we got 2 more flamethrowers. If you don't have the fire power up, that can be very nerve-wracking, because it's kind of all about RNG in a way of when something's going to get blown or not. So we were lucky that we kept the power up, kind of run right through the level here. So now this boss is one of the easiest bosses in the game, if not the easiest boss. So all you're going to do is grab a couple rings, jump on this little platform, and when he comes down, you're just going to jump on him, and that's it. So we're going to keep running through here. We're going to hit him a few times, and we're going to run underneath his flamethrower, and we get his little fireball up in the sky. We keep doing that, I believe a total of 7 times, and that's the level. So that's all that we're doing there. So now we're into the second to last area of the game already. So now we're into Gene 1. So Gene Gadget can be a little tricky, but it's definitely up the ante in this game. It goes from relatively easy levels, and this is kind of jumped also. It's got those little cannons from the first from Green Grove. Then it has these platforms that shoots electricity out, and a bunch of other stuff coming in here. It has enemies that can actually shoot now. So the first time I believe we have an enemy that actually shoots. So we have an octopus that will shoot you. So but we're already done with area 1. We're gonna roll, get the shield power up, because the timing helps be very nice. So one thing I've recently learned is if you actually have the blue power up, you're immune to the electric force. So that's also a big help for what we're going to do here. So now we're going to jump right in front. We're going to jump off the octopus, dodge his little blue ball. He shoots at us, jump over to the side, get the blowfish, and call it an area 2. So we're in the third little area here. We get the mouse. We're going to jump up to the top, get another octopus, and then roll down onto another mouse here. So we're going to jump up. Hopefully I didn't miss that jump. Roll down, hit him there. Hurry up and get the pufferfish before he goes up to lose time. We're going to hopefully jump to that second level of the fans. We don't want to, it saves a little bit of time. Get that last octopus and right down the level. So as you can tell, these levels do go by pretty quick for having, 2 to 3 zones in each little level. They're not that massive. They can be a little tricky, though. When you get caught, it can be a hard time to get it back, though. So now we're on Gene 2. Another really first time we're seeing a trick to the routing, or kind of real platforming here in a minute. So we're going down there. That's where you go when you mess up. So what I'm gonna explain that here in a second. So we're going up this top area here. We're gonna hit this mouse, and then we're gonna go to the giant slope, is what we like to call it. So up here, we've got to jump to the right, the left, and the right. Now, if you miss any 3 of these flickies here, you go to the bottom where we got that first purple one. So it's obviously faster to do all 3 at one time. So we're going to try and time this right. We're going to hit this guy, run around the cannon the opposite side, and get it. So very good. So if you even take damage there, it can knock you off. So you're going to lose your flickies, fall over that slope. That just becomes a giant mess. And that's where a lot of runs could die if you take damage there. So we're going to grab the shield real quick. We're going to try to jump straight up on here, get the octopus. So now we're invincible. We're going to roll right through that mouse. All right, so then we can not take damage from the electricity, get the octopus, and we got one more pufferfish to end the level here. So we're going to jump right from the side here. Boom, got him. Very good. I used to go up from the top, and sometimes they can be tricky on the fans. So very clean, Gene, to there. So as you can see, almost saved 9 seconds. So that brought my run all the way back there for that. So now we're on to the boss. This is also a boss that you can't speed up. So it's the longest boss, I believe, in the game outside of the final boss. So all you're going to do is we're going to dodge these spikes here and kind of go side to side. We're going to hit this dude right in the head, and he's going to rinse and repeat. So essentially, this boss would be a good spot for donations since this run slows down right here. So you'd have about a minute or so to read a couple of donations. Going through here on this. Trying to tell a little bit more about the run. I am currently 5th place on the leaderboards for this game. This game has grown exponentially. It feels like over the last few months. I remember having like 12 runners in this game, only 1 or 2 are active, and then now we've got, I think, 25 to 27 times on the leaderboard. There's a bunch of people that are continuously running this game. This game is a very fun, easy beginning kind of speedrunning game. And I like to showcase this game as kind of introduction of how to speedrun. And it's not the easiest game in the world, but the routing is what's simple. Once you learn the routing, it doesn't really change for what you're going to do. And it's a very easy game to pick up. Now, we took damage there, and you don't want to do that. But this game has been very fun, and it hasn't gotten boring yet to me. So, I mean, that's why I'm keep pushing through, and we're going to keep running this. So now we're on to Panic 1. So we're on the final 2 levels before the final boss of this game. So in Panic 1, we only have 1 set of 5 flickies to get. So it's the only level in the entire game where we only have 5 flickies. The next level, we're going to have none. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier on us. However, it makes the platforming significantly harder. So we have these moving platforms we're going to try to jump on. Time that right to go up the hill. Go through here. We're going to dodge that little spider's shooting balls there, which can be pretty tricky. He can snipe your tail. So I haven't mentioned that really yet in this run, but when you see Sonic run fast enough, I think he has like a little bit of a tail. And if you're not careful enough, he can actually, these different balls or stuff, they can actually get sniped, and you can just lose your tail versus taking damage. So now let's see, we're going to, nope, we're not going to do, oh yeah, we're just going to dodge up here. We're going fast strats. We're going to avoid the invincibility. We're going to run around. That was a very big clutch save for me there, because I used to get the invincibility. It would cost you an extra second or 2, but you can run around if you loop around enough. You're good to go. Jump on him, come up here, end the level, and we're off to Panic 2. There we go. So saved another 2 seconds from that. So now Panic 2 comes down to pretty much one jump. So a lot of runs in this game comes down to one jump. And I'll show you what I mean right here. So again, we're not having any flickies. We're just running around. I used to call this level Robotnik's nose because for some reason we want to get in the nose of Robotnik. So we're going to jump around. If you stay close enough to the walls, you can't get hit by the electricity. We're going to jump to skip that platform, jump again. Run through here to the last, I believe this is the last area. Yep, the last area of this level here. Stay close to the wall. Dodge that guy. So here's the jump. So we're going to get up here. That platform moves away from us. So we're going to jump. Hopefully catches us. And we stop there. Now you can actually phase through that platform. Unfortunately. So if you get going too fast or whatever it is, you can just phase right through it completely. Right there is pretty much a required hit. You have to take damage there. It's almost impossible to dodge. And then we get in his nose, and we call it a level. So that was a perfect Panic 2. So now we're on the final boss. So the only time you're really going to lose time on this boss is this first area right here, in my opinion. So we got to get under his little arms. He's going to kind of hold it over it. Then he's going to make some noise. He's going to act like he's going to hit you. You dodge him, and you hit his little blue thing behind his arm. You do each arm 4 times, and that says the same thing for each cycle here. So every boss we have, he has 4 arms, 2 arms, and each arm takes 2 hits. So that was pretty fast. You want to be able to jump off of it right underneath to his arm. These arms shoot fire. So I'm going to kind of keep jumping up and down, hit it as soon as he shoots the fire, run around, and get to the corner here. Now, if you go a wide enough around, I've even seen people spin roll around, the fire can't touch you because it's going to run out by the time it gets to you. So I just, nice and casually run on the outside, jump to the corner, and do it again. So again, each arm takes 4 hits. We're down to 3 for both. There's number 4. I'll have to get the rings towards the end there just because. And we're on the last part of the boss. So now, there's a new strat for this boss that you can stay on the right-hand side. So I'm just going to keep jumping from side to side here. But we can stay right there, and it counts for both bosses, for both arms. I personally feel like it's still a little faster maybe to do it this way, because I have tendencies to let the blue balls, as you can see here, get shot out of his arm if I stay on the one side. The other way, if I'm on this specific arm, the chance of the ball for me is a lot less to get shot out, but we've only let 3 of the balls come out, and that is the level. That's the game right there. So 27-29, pretty solid run for me. World record has just now finally broke 26. It broke 26 probably about a week or 2 ago. So there's been a few runners that have been really pushing this bad ending time down, and has made this game a lot of fun to run. So hope you enjoyed this Sonic 3D Blast. Like I said before, during the one boss, this is an easy speed run, I think, to learn for introduction. So hopefully this gets people into more speed running. That'd be nice. We have a big community. We're on a Discord, so I mean, a lot of us in this community are very receptive of helping new runners out. People come in each other's streams all the time, give them tips, kind of cheer them on. So it's a very fun community to be a part of. So I hope you enjoyed the run. Hope this gets accepted, and maybe see you guys at SGDQ.